Hey, what it do, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. It's a little bit windy. I think it's about to start raining here in a second, so I apologize for any background noise. But for those of you who have been following the channel for a while, you guys know that we love our old iron, and today's video is going to be no exception. So the other day, my buddy Jake gave me a phone call and he said, hey, would you be interested in this triple axle gooseneck? Well, we love trailers. We always find a use for them. And well, this one hopefully is going to be no exception to that. This thing is a little bit on the homemade side. I'm not sure if it was actually built by a trailer manufacturer. It's definitely stout. Thick steel. This is a heavy trailer. The tires, as you can see, they're pretty well trashed. And if you guys are quick on the draw, you guys probably realize that there's a brand new wheel and tire right here. And that's because coming out here was a little bit of an adventure. This is a pretty heavy load. This is actually an entire steel shop. I think it's 40 by 60, if I believe. And you can tell that we got a tire right here. That did not survive the trip. Luckily, it blew right next to a place where we could get a tire late at night. So I got big plans for this trailer, pretty much like every other project that I have going on. But basically, I got to get this unloaded. I think we're going to install like a rub rail along the entire edge. We're going to replace all the lights because pretty much none of them work. The brakes are like almost non-existent, and so there's probably going to be some other stuff that makes its way into this video, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go ahead and jump on into it and let's roll.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
So you guys ready to see what I'm picking up today? Getting a gooseneck. It's got a bad deck, but check this out. It's got an entire shop on it. So we're gonna be hauling this thing off. Gonna be putting some air in the tires, and then the deck's pretty much trash on this thing, but it's got good bones, and with a little bit of work, I think we could have a good trailer. And they have got so much other random cool stuff here. Look at this old mower. This thing's crazy looking. This is the old school zero turn ones. It's got like a rear swivel wheel. This thing's wild. Here, because I got a water tank right here. Got an old Ford right there. Not a whole lot of room to get out. Let's give it a whirl. All right, so a little bit of a hairy situation, starting to dig ourselves a hole right here. So this trailer hasn't moved in probably, I think 5 or 6 years is what they said. And it's a little bit buried. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig out a little bit right here. See if this will help out a little bit. So this side should be a little bit better now. This side is super buried. Look how high that comes up. All right, so you guys can see that we got the jack under there, about to take this tire off. I already switched that back one out. It was pretty much completely off the bead. And this tire, well, as you guys remember from the last time, this one is officially trash. So this stuff is so soft, I went ahead and just dug out right here. And now we got plenty of room to go ahead and get this wheel on. So originally I was gonna come down here and narrow all these tires up with my Peterbilt, but Ryan let me borrow his 18-volt inflator, and this thing is rad. This is the last tire to fill up, and I've been doing it with just one battery so far. So it is the 6.0, so it's a little bit bigger, but it's doing a pretty good job so far. So I was able to do all 4 with one battery, and it's still got one little bar. Oh, 2. It's got 2 bars left. All right, well, it can never go super easy. You guys can see that we had a blowout right here. Now, these are super old tires, but luckily, there's a Tractor Supply just down the street. They had one more spare tire that's gonna fit this. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and change this thing out real quick.
Who did? I just ran over your tire tread. Hit my car.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wasn't me.
Just a couple Black Widows.
Watch out.
Bite me in the arm again. Oh boy. It's the nicest thing on this trailer.
Woo-hoo.
Are we high enough yet?
No, a little bit higher.
This jack doesn't roll too well on dirt.
That might be good. You might be able to get away with that. or is that how you're supposed to?
What, the wheel?
No, that first leg nut you put on. You put them on like that? You don't put the skinny side out?
No.
Is that like a real thing? Like,
No,
are you putting it on right?
I am. See how it's tapered right there? This is tapered?
Okay. I just always put them on the other way. I mean, not that I do wheels, but
Yeah,
like, no, when I'm using a nut that has that taper, I always put the taper on the outside.
No,
It just looks better that way.
you're wrong.
Well, I'm right that it looks better, but since we're both standing right here on this side of your truck, there's something I've been meaning to tell you.
What?
You see those little spots right there?
Yeah, is that from you?
That's from me. You had a grinder in the back of your truck? That thing has a very sensitive trigger, and I was just checking it to see if the battery was charged. I was gonna steal the battery, which I did take the battery. But it nicked your truck. The thing is very sensitive.
Your dad nicked it better.
I know, you got stuff all over the place.
Always do a walk around. Almost left the impact on the back of the truck. Now you guys probably can't see it, but 3 out of the 6 tires on this trailer are pretty new now, so we only got about 3 miles to go. Hopefully we can make it there. All right, well, after a couple different trips, a couple tires, a little bit of hardships along the way, the trailer and the shop finally made its way back to the ranch. I'll show you guys in a little bit greater detail what's going on here tomorrow, but it's a super nice shop, super thick I-beams. This is like one of the real deal shops, and we got a pretty good deal on it. So, all right, so we're gonna shift gears from the trailer a little bit. We got my buddy Mike over here. We got the reach lift over here. So we're gonna head up front right now and see if this thing will go high enough to set the crossbeam where we want to. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the design that we kind of came up with. Now this is a very rough sketch, but basically, I don't know if you guys remember, we used to have one pole that was like way taller than the other one, but we're gonna go ahead and cut it. We're gonna build this cross piece like this. We're gonna put probably a piece of drill pipe, then put some webbing in there, and then this is gonna have like a little gusset on it just for when we lift it up and set it in place. All right, well, the rain's starting to come down pretty good, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and show you guys something real quick. We have the forklift right here, telehandler, pettibone, whatever you wanna call it, but we have it fully extended. It is well above that top post right there. We're not gonna be going that high. When it's all the way extended, I think it can only hold like 1,000 pounds at most, but it definitely goes high enough. We're probably actually gonna go just a little bit lower than what you guys see right here at the top of the post. But since it's starting to rain, we're gonna go ahead and bring it back down. We're gonna run to the back side of the property. We're gonna grab 2 poles out of the boneyard. We're gonna get them cut, weld it together, put the gusset in there, and at least get one part of this thing done today. All right, so these are the 2 poles we're gonna take. I'm gonna go ahead and like pick them up from here and take them down to the shop. All right, well, we're making some progress. The rain's hindering things a little bit. Using a cutting torch in the rain is not ideal, but Mike's got to get going. He's always a huge help when he comes out, so I'll see you later, man.
You bet.
All right, so these 2 pieces right here, these are gonna be the top pieces of the beam. Those 2 pieces, I may end up using them for the webbing on the truss. I'm not sure yet. But these 2 pieces right here don't really have a use for them, so I'm gonna go ahead and stash them over there for now. Might find a use for them at some point on this entry, but as of right now, I can't really think of anything that I'm gonna use these for. So let me go ahead and get all this stuff set aside. Then I'll bring these 2 pieces inside. We'll start to get them set up to where I can actually weld them. My goal today is to get these 2 pieces welded together with a gusset. And if I can get to that far today, that will be a good day. And then tomorrow, we'll figure out the bottom section. We'll get the webbing up, and then hopefully we can get this thing lifted up into place and start to mock stuff together up at the front. All right, so I went ahead. I've got the 2 poles right here. They're pretty much set in place. They're about as straight as they're going to be. I might kick this one out just a tiny bit, but I'm going to go ahead and weld these things together. And then once they're welded together, I'm actually going to put like a 2-inch flat bar all the way around and like double weld it. So this center point right here will be welded in 3 different places. All right, now I know originally I said that I was going to put a gusset. What are you doing? All right, so the top piece is starting to take shape a little bit. I know originally I said I was going to put a gusset from roughly, I don't know, somewhere probably around here to here. But I think with this band that I did, it's got the big weld in the center right here. It's got the 2 welds on the side. It's basically got the strap that wraps around the entire thing. And I think with this, I don't think that I'll need the gusset, especially once we put the webbing in there, which will probably be like a piece from here and a piece over there that come down to the horizontal piece right here. I don't think we'll need the gusset. But I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. It's getting a little bit late. It's kind of cold, it's kind of wet. And I think we're gonna go grab some dinner. You wanna go grab some dinner?
Yeah, let's go grab some dinner, then we can finish this up tomorrow.
I think that sounds like a good idea. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the screws in this video. Thank you guys for watching. It can be a huge solid like, subscribe, share this video with your amigos, hit that notification button down below so you guys can see progress on all the other random projects we got going on, but especially this one. I think within the next day or 2, we're gonna go ahead and lift this thing up and set it in place. And hopefully the front archway, front beam, whatever we end up calling it, is gonna be done, set in place, and then I can start working on the gates. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Later.